Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the first app, a pretty interesting DEX that you guys do not want to miss out on. So before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 30k subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down there, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask your questions on how does that Patreon group works. As you guys know, we have been getting into some bangers, and when you guys go onto Patreon, you guys can see all the plays we've been getting into, the price point we got into, and where they were currently at posting that play. That will give you guys an understanding on why that Patreon is so valuable. Also, check out my ebook, The Essentials to Mastering Tokenomics. This will help you guys pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. If you're able to understand market cap, FDV, circulating supply, narrative vesting, all of that is very important to picking out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. And now, after you guys check out all of that, you guys can sign up for the Patreon. Now, I did see some of you guys message me saying that the discount code has not been shown on Patreon. For some reason, they made it hidden. So you guys can actually type in BF 2025 and get that 50% discount off your first month to allow you guys to test out the group and see if it's for you guys. Remember, this will last all the way up to, I think, Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Remember, the code is BF 2025. And lastly, Tangem has extended their Black Friday deal to end on December 5th that you guys could take advantage of. Use code Everything Altcoin, save 10%. And not only that, you use BF 2025, save another 20%, which will save you 30% in total. This is the best time to get one of the best crypto hardware wallets on the market right now. So let's get right into the video, guys. So the first app is a new innovative DEX that we do not have on the market yet. This is a DEX built for instant trading of locked tokens, which basically means it's giving a secondary market to the private sell market, which will actually let the retail users, those that aren't a part of private sales, get access to the private sell token at a discounted price, and for the private sell investor to actually get some funds from his early investments. Now, we're definitely going to break down why this is huge for the market. So what if there was a marketplace where VCs could unlock instant liquidity and regular investors could buy their favorite tokens at a discounted price? This is what they're looking to tackle right now. It's a win-win for both the VC and the regular investor, the retail investor that didn't get access to the private sell market. Now, they have some points going on right now. This is why this is probably the best time to actually start testing this out here. We're going to break down the potential airdrop later on in the end of the video. So this is basically what the DEX looks like. You guys see the first token on there, which is going to be your Ether token, which you could get at 27% off from market price. We're going to get into that. We're going to make a trade on here live later on in the video. Then the next token is going to be coming very soon. They're going to be trying to target some credible, great hype projects that people want and list them onto their DEX here. So you can already see that they're going to have 4 tokens already about to come out very soon here. And it seems like they're going to be very selective on the tokens that they put up here. So that's a good thing, because that means there's going to be some very good projects that's going to come up here, and it's going to build over time. Now let's get back into what the first app is doing and how it's going to revolutionize crypto as of right now, because I believe this is going to be a pretty important DEX, especially now that ICOs are probably going to get a little bit more popular, seeing that Coinbase has launched their own ICO platform. They even bought out Echo, another ICO platform, and there's going to be a whole host of other ICO platforms. We don't know if we're going to get a big ICO boom again, or I should say private sell boom, because of the fact that so many regulations are going to be coming out here. A lot of people are not going to be getting access to these private sells, because either they're going to have to be an accredited investor from, like, you know, the US markets, or like an angel investor in other markets. But there's going to be a lot of regulations that make it harder for the regular person to get into these private sells like they did before. So the first app will revolutionize trading in private markets. Every pair will be listed directly in collaboration with the project, so that lets you know that they're going to be pretty credible. So the project has to sign off on it, sign the staff, which allows them to get listed onto the first app. Fractionalized safes and safes unlock private market trading. Then they introduce mirror tokens, which is fractional rights to future unlocks. Holders can seamlessly claim real tokens as they unlock. Some big projects are lined up for the launch. Now we got to talk more about this low float and high FDV projects that, you know, this has been a topic of discussion around crypto for a while now. Now, low float and high FDV are destroying crypto projects. VC exit at the peak prices while retail gets stuck buying the top and losing trust. first solves the fundamental problem. So as a private sale investor myself, I understand all of this right now. So first says, why do tokens dump 60% to 90% post TGE the moment of vesting begins? Forced selling pressure hits the market. VCs bought early and cheap. They sit on massive unrealized gains with no way to take profits early. They're forced to dump the moment the token unlocks, which is very true. Me and my guys, when we get into these private sales, usually that first allocation, when it's a very nice allocation, we are out immediately. Try to at least get our money back and then some to ride out the rest for the rest of the market. So you guys can see here, pre-sale, seed round, Series A and Series B. You can see where they are getting these prices. So pre-sale is usually the lowest you can get it at, right? Seed round, another low. Series A, another low. Series B, another low. And then there's probably sometimes right here you can actually add another little deviation here where you can see public sale as well. Then you're going to get the TGE and tier 1 listing. This is when everything starts to dump. This is TGE here. And if the market isn't very bullish, it is very hard for these altcoins, these new projects, to actually fight the dumpage that's going on, because once the project comes out, the sell pressure just keeps going, and there's not enough investors, public investors, retail investors, to want to buy into it, especially during a very bearish market. So let's take Peak for example, one of my favorite altcoins, and why I invested into it very early. It actually matches that graph hand in hand, as you guys can see here. The tippity top here, right, matches with Peak, tippity top here, right? You guys can see it ran all the way up, and then once this is mainly during I would say some public sale vesting has come out here, right? And it did top again, but this also with the market. So you guys can see during January the market was pretty bullish. This is right around that time we had that big run up, the first run up from like around the 80Ks all the way up to about you guys can see in January around that 100K. This is when we first topped around there, right? And then you guys can see it hasn't been very bullish here. It started to dump a little bit, and then it started to pump a little bit, right? But this is an overall shaky market, to where Peak really couldn't gain footing during this whole market at all, right? So once the market started to dump and the vesting started to happen, that just became a snowball effect, and you guys can see this thing has dumped all the way down here at very cheap prices. Is actually around where we got into it at the private sale price. So now, how does First solve this problem here? First allows VCs to get instant liquidity by selling vested tokens at a discounted price. New investors buy the tokens at a discounted to spot, unlock over time, right? The low cost basis for early investors is neutralized as new buyers enter at a higher average. Each trade settles, reduces sell pressure and on unlocks, and strengthens confidence in the spot market. So let's break this down real quick. So instead of investors selling here at the top, where they're probably up, let's say 20x, 50x, whatever it may be, right? Where that first allocation, they're taking a big chunk out, right? This is all the investors, right? Instead of that, they're actually now selling their first allocation to the public market, where retail investors could come in and buy it around a discounted price from up here, right? And they're now the new buyers, where they don't dump, right? They also have to face a small vesting schedule as well. They'll get those tokens over time. This helps stabilize the price over a longer period of time, making it so the sell pressure isn't that high. So the results for that is that VCs can unlock liquidity instantly, can buy their favorite tokens at a discounted spot price, reduces sell pressure on public exchanges for the project. Everyone wins. So this, you guys can see, the First app is actually looking to solve a crazy problem in this space. So another example here that we can use is one of the newer tokens that are actually getting talked about on X as of right now, which is called Inf. And there's people that's having their discussion about this. Now, Kane here, who is the founder of Infinex, says, I get criticism for locked ICOs, but I think it also highlights one of the issues of this cycle. Almost no one has the conviction to hold a token for more than a few weeks. The odds are any meaningful outcome over the days or weeks is almost zero. So DeFi Hawk here, who is building out the First app, also built out Spring.net, And if you guys don't know, Spring is also with First App. So it's the people that built out Spring is also building out the First App. They already understand the private sale game, because that's the platform where people usually go to get into their private sales with different VCs and things like that. So they understand the private sale game probably better than anyone else in this space right now. So he puts out this tweet here: if Infinex listed on the First App on day one, everyone would win. Locked ICO tokens are the biggest problems this cycle. Everyone wants liquidity. First App makes that possible. First tokenizes SAF, making locked tokens liquid and instantly tradable post TGE. ICO investors can now get liquidity without dumping on exchanges. New believers can buy INX at a discounted to spot price. Infinex gets reduced sell pressure on public exchanges. Now, this is something I didn't even know myself. Every trade on First also generates fees for the Infinex app, right? Which creates a new revenue stream you can use for buyback or growth. This is huge. This, honestly, if a project utilizes this pretty well, they can actually do some buybacks and burns and things like that. They could utilize these fees for so many different things. So making locked tokens liquid mid vesting is missing infrastructure in crypto, and First solves that. So now you get an understanding that the First app is pretty much a win-win situation. Private sale investors and retail investors, as it benefits early investors who need liquidity, projects aiming to ease sell pressure on exchanges, and everyday people looking for tokens at a discounted price. Now, they have partnered with Peanut Trade, which is a full cycle market maker. Peanut Trade will act as an exclusive market maker for their debut market of Ether tokens, right? So let's talk about Ether a little, not really talk about it, but let's go back onto the First app here. So when you click on the First app here, this is where things get pretty interesting here, right? You guys can see MATH here, which is murad, ATH, right? You guys can see a liquid token that turns into HTH over time. You guys get a nice little graph here, which is going to be the native token here. You guys can see the price action, and then the bottom is the mirror token of that, and you guys can see it. Of course, right now it is sitting at a 27% discount off the spot price, and you guys get to see all of that in comparison here. This allows you to make a better trade if you're pretty bullish on this. If you even think the bottom is in for this token or any other token and things like that, you think there's more upside, you guys get to do a little bit more research here. This actually helps people invest better. And as I told you guys, since you're pretty much buying it from private sale investors, you will be facing a little bit of a vesting schedule here. You guys can see your first allocation to come out in 10 days, then another one will come out in 41 days, then another 72 days, 100 days. So this actually reduces sell pressure as well. And let's just trade it just to show you guys, right? I click on trade, you guys get to see it. If you guys use any DEX or any decentralized exchange, you've used them all. So you guys can see my little $64, nothing too crazy, is about to go into the mirror token of Ether. Let's see how this works here. We're going to have to verify it with a pass key, which I did off screen so you guys can actually see it here. This is actually pretty interesting here, you guys. Of course, you get all the information that you need here, the fee that you paid. This is pretty much gasless as well. It's not really gasless because obviously you pay that little fee there, right? But this, you don't really have to think about too much. You just send your USDC from a SEX or a DEX that you guys have, and you send it into this wallet here, and you're able to make the trades here. And pretty much, even if you wanted to export this wallet, you can export it into your MetaMask or into your Rabby wallet, making everything pretty seamless. Now, let's say Ether is running right now, right? And I want to take some profits. I can also sell it right back on here. So your funds is still liquid and you guys can take profits. I did end up doing this off screen because I'm trying to sell my max $64. It actually didn't work. So I had to sell 50% of it. And as you can see here, I can just buy and sell right there on the DEX. This makes it pretty interesting. You don't actually even have to wait for the full vesting schedule here, right? That you're gonna have if you wanted to get the actual token. You can actually trade the mirror token. Of course, you're gonna get it. You're gonna be selling it at a discount. So of course, you're gonna have to wait for a price that you're looking for to get into, right? Now, they have been a little bit quiet and kind of coy about if they're going to be doing an airdrop or not, right? But as you guys can see, if you go onto crypto rank here, you guys, there's point farming. Usually if you're farming points, that usually is tied to an airdrop. So you guys can go onto their DEX right now and start to swap, pretty much swap in and out of like Ether token pretty much. And I think once that new token goes live, I don't know what it is, but once it goes live, you can swap out of that too. You can make some trades on here. Just accumulate as much points as you can as of right now to possibly get an airdrop. And you guys can see season 2 has a 2.5x multiplier on your points, so people are actually looking to stack up on some points. And I just got some points right now for season 2, 228 just off of that trade alone. So you guys can do that. You guys can see one that's up here at 1,711. Now you guys can beat them right now. There's not too many people that's using it, so take advantage of this while you guys can. I will leave a referral link down below for you guys to try it out. Start to use this, because once they do an airdrop, it's free money, guys. It's free money, and this dex is looking pretty innovative. You guys can get some new launches at a discounted price. But that is the video for you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you guys haven't subscribed already yet, please do so. We're on that road to 30k subscribers, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.